Hello YouTube and welcome back. This is Nico and you're watching Dare to Game. Today we're doing a video that I'm going to call How Does Kingdom Come Deliverance Stack Up Against The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt? Kingdom Come Deliverance and The Witcher 3 are two of my all-time favorite games. That is of course on a very long list of many excellent games spanning from 1985 to present day. Although I personally love many different genres of video games, my favorite genre is open world medieval RPGs. Due to this, these two games are right up my alley, and I love them both very much. So this video will be me trying to decide which one I think is better by comparing them in all of the categories that I usually judge games by. I think this is a fair comparison for several reasons. The first of which being that although The Witcher 3 was made by a much bigger and more experienced studio, it is several years older than Kingdom Come Deliverance, and the creators of KCD were able to learn from many games including The Witcher 3. So let's just jump right into it with the first category. The first section we're going to look at is graphics. There are basically three things to consider when judging graphics for a game, in my opinion. And these are gameplay graphics, which are your basic walking around graphics. The second is activity animations, this being all of your combat, lockpicking, etc. And the third section is cutscene quality. So as far as the first section is considered, I have to give the edge to The Witcher 3. Although the scenery for Kingdom Come Deliverance is on the whole more picturesque, The Witcher 3 is more immersive. There are stunning urban areas like Oxenfurt and Novigrad that are quite possibly the most impressive cities in the genre. But there are also dangerous swamps that some may describe as creepy and ominous at times. And then there are those breathtaking nature shots on mountains, in forests, and along The Witcher's many scenic coastlines. The second section, that being animations, I think is a bit more split here. In my opinion, the combat animations for The Witcher 3 are smoother and seem far more fluid, including some gory finishers and decapitations that quite frankly are sorely missed in Kingdom Come Deliverance. However, that is about as far as the action animations go for The Witcher. Every action in Kingdom Come Deliverance has its own animations, from picking flowers to sharpening your swords to alchemy. Kingdom Come Deliverance does a great job of utilizing animations for each action the player does. However, since combat is, in my opinion, the most important animation in video games, I once again have to give the edge to The Witcher 3. Lastly for graphics, we have cutscene animations. This one is a bit different than the others for one reason. The Witcher 3 has great graphics in general, and the cutscenes are very immersive because they match the regular gameplay very well, always showing whatever gear the character is using, and maintaining approximately the same fidelity. However, the cutscenes from Kingdom Come Deliverance are, in my opinion, better. They look extremely realistic, and the voice acting is generally very well performed, making them almost like watching a movie. So for this portion, I have to give the edge to Kingdom Come Deliverance. The second aspect of the games we're going to look at is story. Story is probably the most subjective part of this comparison for many reasons. Like most forms of art, everyone's tastes are different, and therefore it's harder to judge story. But for the sake of this video, I will attempt to break it down into two categories, that being main story missions and side story content. As far as main story, I find them both to be very enjoyable. One is centered around finding and rescuing someone who is like a daughter to the protagonist, and the other is about uncovering a mysterious plot to take over the kingdom and avenging your friends and family in the meantime. In the end, I think that the main story for Kingdom Come Deliverance is more compelling, and that is most likely for one reason. That is, of course, the sense of urgency involved. While both scenarios are presented as urgent and time-sensitive, there are no consequences for taking your time in The Witcher 3. However, Kingdom Come Deliverance tries to keep you on topic, oftentimes making missable deadlines and consequences for taking too long. So for main story, I have to give the edge to Kingdom Come Deliverance. Of course, the other side of the sword is obviously side content, and this is where there is a more noticeable difference. Although Warhorse tried to deliver a decent amount of entertaining side content, and succeeded, this is not really a comparison. Kingdom Come Deliverance has approximately 53 side quests, and The Witcher 3 has approximately 146, not including the two very large DLCs that CD Projekt Red released, both of which are packed with meaningful content. Although there are certainly many good side missions in Kingdom Come Deliverance, the sheer number of side content guarantees that is going to perform better in most people's opinions, even if only a third of them were good, which would be lowballing it. It would still be nearly the total amount of side missions in Kingdom Come Deliverance. some of which weren't that good. So here we have to give the edge to The Witcher 3. The third criteria we're going to talk here is content. So this portion will consist of simply the length of each game. Now obviously how long it takes one to complete a game is completely unique to the player, so I'm not going to look at average play times or my own personal experience. I will simply look at the raw numbers for each game in regards to the quest and give the edge to the game with more. So for Kingdom Come Deliverance, it has approximately 29 main story quests and 53 side story quests. There are between 100 and 150 unique locations to explore in this game, if you include boar and deer hunting spots, which are just places in the woods where animals hang out. In contrast, The Witcher 3 has approximately 122 main story missions and 146 secondary quests. In addition to that, there are approximately 243 unique named locations, ranging from entire cities, to ruins, to caves, and even castles. Personally, I don't think this one is much of a comparison, so I give the edge to The Witcher 3. So our fourth thing we're going to look at is gameplay. This section I will split into two categories, the first of which being overall quality, and the second being how immersive the gameplay is. So as far as overall quality is concerned, I give the edge to Witcher 3. The combat is smoother, the user interface is more efficient and intuitive, and the input is more responsive. As far as immersion is concerned, I give the edge to Kingdom Come Deliverance. There is no magic or fantasy elements, so the gameplay is far more grounded and realistic. And it's in first person, making the experience far more immersive. Quite possibly the most important thing as far as immersion is considered is that all humans are humans in Kingdom Come Deliverance. One of the most annoying things in The Witcher 3 is the game's insistence that guards should always be way stronger than the protagonist, and that for some reason bandits in different parts of the map are so overpowered that they can easily manhandle the legendary monster slayer that is Geralt. In Kingdom Come Deliverance, enemies are made more difficult by having better armor and weapons, and traveling in larger packs, making it a far more realistic and enjoyable experience. A little note, I prefer games that allow you to switch between third person and first person, such as Bethesda Game Studios games. The fifth section of these games that we're going to look at are RPG elements. Here we have criteria that are very important to me, because I love being able to customize my character and gameplay to fit me as well as possible. Although The Witcher 3 has many beautiful weapons and armor pieces, this is not much of a comparison. Kingdom Come Deliverance has hundreds of quality pieces of clothing and armor that can make thousands of permutations of suits of armor, and a massive variety of weaponry to fit most playstyles. Not to mention skill trees and choices that can make the playstyle completely different from one person to the next. So here, I gotta give the edge to Kingdom Come Deliverance. Lastly, the sixth thing we're gonna look at are mini-games. Each of these games has a built-in minigame. Kingdom Come Deliverance has a gambling game called Farkle, which is played with dice. Although this game is mildly amusing and you can give yourself an edge with the many loaded dice you can find throughout the game, in my opinion, it gets old very fast. It is also not a very good way to make money because the maximum amount of money you can bet is 10 groschen, which isn't very much in this game. On the other hand, you have The Witcher 3's minigame, Gwent, which is a strategy card game with 199 collectible cards that the player can obtain throughout the game. Gwent is by far the more entertaining and at times distracting minigame between these two choices. I have personally spent hours at a time playing Gwent, and sometimes had to replace certain opponents multiple times before beating them, which offers a very high level of satisfaction in certain instances. So here the choice is very obvious, as the edge goes to The Witcher 3. As a disclaimer, I would like to say that I did not have a winner picked before writing this video. I love both of these games, and have found them both to be well worth playing multiple times. So I feel that this guide is a pretty accurate representation of how they stack up against each other. In the end, there were 9 areas that each game could have scored in, and Kingdom Come Deliverance ended up winning 4 of them, and The Witcher 3 ended up winning 5. So in my opinion, The Witcher 3 is the superior game, but only by a small margin. What's your opinion? Let me know in the comments section down below. Thank you. Well, that's another video in the books. I hope you liked it. If you did, smash that like button, comment down below, and subscribe to the channel. I'm going to put some links on the screen here to help you subscribe and maybe see another video. But in any case, thanks for watching and have a nice day. I'll see you next time.